Move a camera YouTube script. France, Camargue horses roam free. Along the southern coast of France, where the Rhône River meets the Mediterranean Sea, lies a mysterious landscape of salt marshes, lagoons, and endless horizons. It is here, in the region known as the Camargue, that one of the most iconic wild horse breeds roams free. The Camargue horse, often called the white horse of the sea, is not just a symbol of freedom and beauty, but a living connection to France's history, traditions, and the untamed power of nature. Today, we take you deep into the world of the Camargue horses, exploring their origins, their environment, the people who live alongside them, and why they remain one of the most enchanting wild horse populations on Earth. The Camargue horse is considered one of the oldest breeds in the world. Archaeological evidence suggests that horses lived in this region for thousands of years, perhaps as far back as prehistoric times. Over the centuries, they evolved into a sturdy, resilient breed perfectly suited for the wetlands of southern France. Unlike many wild horse populations that descend from domestic stock, the Camargue horses have developed a genetic line deeply adapted to this unique environment. Their compact size, strong legs, and hardy hooves make them ideal for running across muddy swamps and wading through shallow lagoons. These horses were once companions of warriors and farmers, helping the people of Provence plough the fields and herd livestock. But over time, their role shifted. Today, they stand as both semi-wild herds and working partners to the local cowboys, the guardians of the Camargue. To truly understand the Camargue horses, you must first understand the land they call home. The Camargue is unlike any other region in France. It is a sprawling delta, a patchwork of salt flats, reed beds, sand dunes, and shallow lagoons where the sky seems to stretch endlessly. This environment is harsh yet rich with life. In summer, scorching winds dry the salt marshes into shimmering plains, while in winter, flooding transforms them into vast wetlands. And yet,
I'm gonna ride, I'm riding free. So come along, let's go along, come on this journey with me. I'm gonna ride, I'm riding free. As long
pink flamingos fly in flocks across the horizon. Black bulls graze beside the horses, and traditional French ranches known as manades stand as outposts of human life in this watery wilderness. Camargue horses are small compared to many modern breeds, standing around 13 to 14 hands high. But what they lack in size, they make up for in power and endurance. Their most striking feature is, of course, their white coat, though interestingly, foals are born with darker coats, ranging from brown to black. Over the years, their color gradually fades, until they stand proudly as radiant white adults. They live in herds, much like other wild horse populations, with a social structure led by a dominant mare. These herds move together across the marshes, seeking out food and fresh water. Their diet consists of tough marsh grasses and reeds, plants that many other animals would not survive on. What makes them especially captivating is the way they move. Galloping through shallow lagoons, kicking up sprays of water, they appear almost mythical, as if they are running not just across land, but between worlds. No story of the Camargue horses is complete without the people who have lived alongside them for centuries, the guardians or French cowboys. These horsemen are responsible for managing the semi-wild herds and herding the famous Camargue black bulls, which are used in traditional festivals and bull games. The bond between a guardian and his horse is legendary. Unlike most cowboys in the world, guardians ride only Camargue horses, trusted for their sure-footedness and loyalty. The horses are trained from a young age to work with the bulls, to navigate marshlands, and to respond to the needs of their riders with incredible intelligence. Festivals celebrating this relationship happen throughout the year in towns like Arles and Sainte-Marie-de-la-Mer. Here, you can witness processions of white horses parading through narrow streets, accompanied by music, tradition, and the proud spirit of Provence. The Camargue is not just home to horses. It is also one of Europe's most important wetlands for wildlife. Over 400 species of birds live here, including the striking pink flamingos, which have become nearly as iconic as the horses themselves. Alongside them are the black Camargue bulls, grazing freely under the same skies. This harmony of animals, horses, bulls, birds, creates a living ecosystem that feels timeless, untouched by the rush of modern life. To witness it is to step into a world where nature still writes its own rules. The Camargue horses have become symbols not only of southern France, but of freedom, purity, and endurance. Artists, poets, and photographers from around the world have been drawn to capture their image. Their white silhouettes against the pink waters of a setting sun have become iconic in the world of wildlife photography. But beyond the imagery lies something deeper. These horses remind us of the bond between humans, animals, and landscapes, a reminder that freedom and tradition can live side by side if we choose to protect them. In the heart of the Camargue, the white horses roam, untamed, resilient, and forever tied to the land and people who share their home. They are living heritage, carrying within their hooves the spirit of France's wild soul. So, the next time you picture the beauty of freedom, imagine this. A herd of white horses thundering through the waters of the Camargue, their manes catching the golden light of the setting sun. That is not just a vision of wild France. It is a reminder of the magic that still exists in our world. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of the Camargue horses, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us again for more incredible stories of wild horses around the world.